Well, I'm finally feeling Christmas. Come on in, I'll tell you why. Hi, my name's Christine L. Conroy. Welcome to Happy Stuff and Fluff, a channel for women over 50 who are getting happy and growing younger. If this is your first time here and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so and don't forget to ring the bell so that you'll be notified when one of our videos comes out. I've had an email from someone who asked, what does the growing younger mean? You know, I tend to forget that sometimes people come onto the YouTube channel, they don't necessarily go onto the homepage and watch your introduction video. And so people land on any video and hear me saying, for women over 50 who are getting happy and growing younger. Well, the point is, I'm a positive psychology practitioner, and the science of positive psychology tells us that happier people live longer and are healthier. And on this channel, we kind of try to leverage that so that we might be getting older, but we are not getting old. Okay, so that's the first thing. In terms of me finding the true spirit of Christmas, if you don't know, my daughter Charlotte passed away at the end of August this year. I'll leave a link here that tells you a little bit about that story. And yes, I am grieving. And again, I've had people talking to me about this and about I must be dreading Christmas. Well, as I've said to you, I was kind of thinking I was going to struggle to get into the Christmas spirit for certain, but I'm not dreading it, and I want to tell you why. I obviously in that video, another video I'll put up here, where I went to the garden centre to surround myself with Christmassy things to try to get that feeling, and it helped a little bit. What also helped is decorating my own home for Christmas. That helped too. Well, when I think about this, and I've thought long and hard about it, because I know there are lots of people out there who are grieving, who have lost someone this year, and may just well be dreading Christmas, and this will be our first Christmas without my daughter Charlotte. There is a hole in me that will never be filled, let me put it that way. And on a daily basis, I am kicked in the stomach by something that reminds me of the situation we're in. Christmas is going to be difficult, but for me, Christmas, I believe in why we celebrate Christmas. I believe that we are celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. I believe in the hope of peace and goodwill for all men, and all of those things that Christmas is about. I believe 100%. And I still believe them now, even though Charlotte won't be with us this year. So what I'm trying to do is, and it works, it's working for me, is to focus on the true spirit of Christmas. That's why Christmas is being celebrated. And not to focus too much on the negative side of Charlotte not being here. So we will not be ignoring the fact that there's a person missing at the table. We'll be talking about it. I'm hoping also to create symbolically a presence of Charlotte on that day. And my advice to you, if you are going through this on Christmas Day, do not try to squash your feelings down and force the happiness of Christmas for the sake of your family or for the sake of people who are around you. I don't think that works for anyone. We don't need to do that. You don't need to force jolliness or happiness simply because you don't want to upset everyone else. I talked about grief and Christmas in a video a few years ago, and where I talk about the fact that you devote some time to the person, where you can perhaps go and be alone in a room, the person you've lost, and really focus on them. Look at photographs, do anything that reminds you of them, meditate with them, on them, and do that. Allow yourself the time to do that. Yes, you will cry. Yes, you will cry. And once you've done that, then focus on the people who are in the here and now. I have 2 sons, I have 2 grandchildren, I have other family, I obviously have Mr. Kitchen, all of whom will be celebrating Christmas with me. But yeah, don't think for 1 second that we'll be forgetting Charlotte on Christmas Day. We will be talking about her, and under her instruction, we will be raising a glass to her and dancing to 80s music. She had a sense of humour, I can tell you that. Yeah, that's what she left, those instructions. So, that's what we'll do, and we'll celebrate Charlotte too. That's the way I intend to get through it. How I'm going to look on Christmas Day night, I don't know. Because as I've told you before, I can't do the Hollywood cry. 1 tear and my face blows up and I look like the Elephant Man or somebody with a very swollen face. Okay, so that's it. And I'm going to church tonight. I'm going to a beautiful little church, an 18th century church that is now just round the corner from me. We used to travel in to come to this church service. I first came across this church. It's a Catholic church. It's a Catholic service, and I'm not a Catholic. But I became good friends with the priest there when I was doing doing some research on religious art, and boy, the Stations of the Cross in this church are something else. If I get the opportunity to either film them or show you some photographs, I will do, because they are surprising for images of Stations of the Cross. Perhaps if you want me to, at some point, I'll tell you the story of it, of the artwork and the artist himself. Okay, so I'm doing that. I've probably got 2 more carol services that traditionally we go to at Christmas time, and I'm going to try and get to those. I can imagine they are going to be difficult. I mean, difficult in the sense that they will be emotional, I know that. But so what? And that's what I would say to you. So what? It's emotional. You might cry. Grief is not something to get through, I don't think. Grief is not something to get over. Grief is not, it's part of life. It's changing me. I know it is. But it's probably changing me for the better. So those are my thoughts on it at the moment. Things change from day to day, but that's the way I feel about it at the moment, and it's helping me to get some of that spirit of Christmas back. Okay, so I'm not quite ready for Christmas yet. I still have a lot to do. Are you ready for Christmas? What do you have left to do for Christmas? And what do you do to get yourself into the Christmas spirit? Or does it just happen naturally? I'd love to know. Leave as ever comments in the comments box, and I'll see you next time. Until then, remember that on the Happy Stuff and Fluff, we are getting happy and growing younger. See you next time. Bye bye.